What's up, everybody? I'm Jackie Terry, and I wanted to say, have you ever fell into a depression? Have you ever just thought about the past and immediately got upset? And it triggered an emotion from you to the point where you didn't want to do anything because you thought about that past situation where you might have been vulnerable, right? I'm here to tell you that sometimes when you go back into the past and you look at those traumatic events, you don't have to look at it as painful all the time. You can reflect on it and actually look at those past traumatic events that you went through in a positive way. So in this video, I'm going to teach you guys about past positive reflection, right? So what that means is you go back into the past, right? So it's something that's happened to me back in the past. I'll give you a prime example. In 2007, I was carjacked, right? And I thought it was the end of my life. I had guns pointed at me. I didn't know what to do, and it traumatized me for a long time to the point where I didn't feel safe actually going anywhere without protection, right? And I was constantly paranoid around my surroundings, around people around me. It took me a very long time to trust people, right? So I look at that back on the past, and at the same time I was carjacked, so I went without a car, right? And I thought to myself, man, how am I gonna build myself back up? But I tell you this, with the power of God, right? With the power of God, the power of the Lord, and with the power of belief, you can regain everything you have lost. So not only did I regain a new car, I regained new foundation and hope and the ability to move forward from that tragic situation, right? So looking back at the past, you may feel depressed, but however, if you apply the law of past positive reflection into this moment, you can look back on the past and you can tell yourself, wait a minute, I've been through this. If I went through this back in the past, I know I can overcome this new situation that's happened to me in the future. There's nothing I can't do. I've been at my lowest peak, right? I've been there. I've been at the ground. I've been at the bottom. But somehow I was able to pick myself up, right? So what I'm going through right now can't be this bad because I went through the worst. So I'm looking back on the past like, wait a minute. If I did it before, then I can do it again. So that's the law of past positive reflection. We reflect back on the past, but in a positive way, to the point where the past actually gives us energy for the future. Because now we look at the past as a sense of tenacity, right? I overcame this adversity. This new adversity that I might be going through, it's nothing I can't overcome. Because I already went through the worst of worst. So in life, we do have testimonies, right? We have been at our lowest peak. We have been at a low vibration. It's okay. Because remember, how can you have sadness without happiness? How can you be weak and not strong, right? We're not strong all the time. We get weak. We get sad. But for everything, there's always a polar opposite. In order to really apply growth to yourself and have a growth mindset, you have to go through these trials and tribulations in life in order to become better. Because if you haven't went through anything in life, how can you really manifest yourself into the higher version of yourself? How can you really manifest yourself into your future self without going through anything? Any successful person will tell you that actually getting to the top, getting that degree, being that entrepreneur, being successful, it wasn't an easy route. It took hardships, it took lessons, right? But the main thing is consistency, the will to keep going, the will to look back on your past mistakes and not live in the past, right? Because too many of us live in the past traumas, so we remain stuck in the past. So whenever we remain stuck in the past, those past emotions are still present within us. So we never learn to let those past emotions go. Because a lot of emotions are from the past. So rather than look on the past as a negative situation, let's see what we can learn from the past. Let's see how that past actually molded us and shaped us and carved us into who we are, right? So that's the idea of past positive reflection. We reflect back on the past to give ourselves energy to the present version of us right now. Because remember, if you did it before, you can definitely do it again. So remember, you can do anything. And I'm telling you, anything you set your mind to. Your thoughts have an energy frequency. Your thoughts are very powerful. Your words are just as powerful as your thoughts. So the more you can speak power into yourself, the more you can speak power into other people, the more you can actually use your thoughts to change your reality. Come on. It's possible. We can use our thoughts to actually change our reality just by the way we change our behaviors, change our habits. Come on. And why not use the past to give ourselves energy? Because the more we remain stuck in the past, right, then the future will never be present within us. We are still stuck in the past situations that we need to actually detach from and let it go. So the art of detachment is actually letting it go, releasing, understanding. You see, as an observer, we have to observe our past. We have to analyze our past and figure out, okay, why did this happen to me? Why? Let's break it down. Why did this happen? And how has this molded me into a better person? So we can use past positive reflection to our advantage to get to where we want to be in the future, in our present state. Let's do it. Because we're still here. You thought you was down and out, you're still here. You thought you wasn't gonna make it, you're still here. You thought you was laying in that hospital bed on your last wish, on your last deathbed. No, you're still here. You thought you hit rock bottom? No, you're still here. Come on. Let's use the past to create the energy for our present selves right now, because whatever doesn't kill us, it only makes us stronger, right? And that's a real statement. So let's keep striving to become better, and let's not dwell on the past, but let's actually learn from the past. Use the past to actually teach lessons to other people that still might be stuck in the matrix or still might be trapped in their own thoughts.